So Seahawks fans are like, oh, this is awesome. Chris loves our guy. He's 15. He could move up even higher next year. He's a lot better than that guy he replaced. As we go to number 14 in your rankings.
Number 14, Russell Wilson.
What?
Let's ride.
Despite all the good things you just said about Geno.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, could Russell have done that last year in Seattle?
I think so. I mean, Geno's really damn good, like I said. Russell's really damn good, too. Russell's situation was tough last year. And to what we were just saying, all right, Russell, I can't just because of 1 year, and Geno's year was better. I know that. But still, I can't put him in front of Russell Wilson with the body of work and still where he's at physically as a football player. One thing I'd say about Russell, hey, he looked lost last year. But I still think he can turn it around. The situation or the difficulty of his situation, I should say, was worse than I remembered when I went back and started to break him down. They couldn't run the ball. I mean, like Geno, it was horrible pass protection. It was worse than Geno's pass protection, right? And he was in a new system and a place and all that. And I think all those things led to a less than what we're used to Russell Wilson.
You see what Gabby did to him right there?
No,
in that
let me see that again. I missed it.
2022 season ranks. Let's hide.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want you want to close your eyes when you look at that. Yeah, I mean, completion percentage was 30th. I mean, you had him 7th last year in this. He was 5th the year before that, and then he was 2, 3rd, 2. Like you've looked at him as like a top 5 quarterback for a long, long time.
Definitely.
And he goes to 14. So this is a big drop, but I think for most people out there, they would have thought they would drop even more.
Maybe.
Because you were one of the first people last year to sound the alarm on Russell Wilson.
Definitely.
You go, he is not looking good. He does not look the same. He is not looking to run. He is watching the rush and where it's coming from. You were one of the first people to say that, and then everyone else started saying it.
Yeah.
So I think some people would be surprised that you, of all people, still feel like it was not all him.
Yeah.
And the situation dragged him down even more than maybe you even previously thought.
I think so. But, again, I'm not trying to give him a free pass here either. Like, I stand by what I said. They're still there where at a point where you go, man, you're Russell Wilson. You're too good to not throw that ball or see that. But I think a lot of stuff was playing into that. And I guess that's where I'm giving him a little bit of a, reprieve, free pass, whatever you want to say there, that maybe I didn't quite give it the credit for the situation being as tough during the season as I do right now. And that's where I would stay. But like you heard me say, it's like he didn't trust his eyes last year. He didn't trust what he was seeing. He was watching the pass rush way too much. There were games where you go, man, he left like 8 completions for 150 yards on the field here because he was looking at the rush or looking to run or didn't want to get off the first read and go to the second read and was, I still think looking at the rush. But here's the other thing too. I explained the situation not being conducive to being awesome at quarterback, certainly, right? He still has elite physical ability. I think that's another part. I think, like, during the year, maybe it was a little negative on his physical ability because I was holding him to a standard of, like, Russell Wilson still 3 or 4 years ago. Have the skills declined to a degree? Sure. But, like, again, this is where the exercise is awesome. When I start to watch them one after another, right? And I go, well, oh, good thing I did this because Russell's arm is stronger than this guy. It's stronger than this guy. It's stronger than this guy. Oh, yeah, Russell lost a step, but he's still faster than that guy and faster than this guy and faster than that guy and more mobile than this guy, right? So sometimes you lose it as compared to where the standard of the player was in your mind. And I think maybe I wasn't as, forgiving of him as I should have been in that department.
Coming into this exercise, did you feel like you'd have Geno ahead of Russell?
I did. I tossed with this. I had Geno in front of Russell for this ranking. The whole, like, my last draft had Geno in front of Russell. But as you saw in my group text last night, and Morgan laughed as she's sitting here, I kept walking by it going, I can't put Geno in front of Russell Wilson. All right, let me walk by. Let me go flip the stakes. I come back again and go, I can't put Geno in front of Russell Wilson just because of 1 year, even though the year was better. I know that. I just can't say he's a better quarterback still at this point. Like I said, there was some things, that worked in favor for Geno, worked against Russell Wilson. But, like I said, this is still an explosive arm. He can get it out so much faster than I realize he can at times. That's the one thing I did not give him credit for. Also, I'll say this too. He's got more releases than I felt like I saw in years past, but more than I give him credit for too. There's a lot of sidearm throws, or let me just flick it real quick and get it out whatever way I got to do just to get this done. So that's where, it's impression. But impressive, I should say. Mm-hmm. But pocket presence and patience in the pocket, that all went backwards. That was the thing that's just hey, stand in there, read the play out. Don't look at the rush, right? Don't abandon the pocket. The pocket's fine. Just because the first read's not there, don't run, right? And again, there was games and plays where, you can get into it and go, whoa, I mean, he makes some throws in the Chiefs game late in the year where you just go, oh, I mean, they're top-notch. Only a few people in football could do that, right? But then he has games where it's the Rams late in the year and he makes a few bad decisions and you go, why are you trying to force that? But they're not good. They can't get anything going on offense, and he's taking it upon himself to make it go. And that's where you start to go, yeah, well, I've watched the first 8 passes and nobody was open. So on pass number 9, he tried to make it happen because he's getting paid $250 million, right? Yep. And that's where I tried to give a little bit of leeway a little bit for the situation he was in.
And we want to see it. We want to see him with a little bit of a beefed up offensive line now, with Ben Powers coming over from Baltimore, right? And Mike McGlinchey coming over from San Francisco.
They're going to be huge.
And now he's got Sean Payton, who said about Russ, he goes, Russell is a hard worker and has played at a high level and won a lot of games in the league. The pressure is on us to put a good run game together and reduce the degree of difficulty on his position.
Yes.
I'm excited about him.
He's got the perfect guy. I mean, this guy's going to rebuild him, retool him, rewire him, and teach him things he didn't know. And I think that's going to be the big thing. And see, that's where, I get back into that where, you can't run the ball and they can't pass protect, right? And you're the new quarterback and you're expected to be the savior. I think it just led to some bad habits where he tried to take over and do things with just his physical ability, and the team wasn't good enough to even help him in that department, let alone, his physical ability is not like I was saying 5 years ago, where 5 years ago, he could probably been in that situation and scrambled like he did in the 49ers game to beat them early in the year and done that a whole bunch of times and got them out of trouble a bunch. And we'd have been like, man, they won the game. Russell's amazing, even though they couldn't run it or protect it. No, he can't do that to the same extent anymore. He needs to work the offense more. He needs to trust what he sees there, right? But like I said, he still has game-changing physical skills, right? And he just has to get back to playing the position the right way. And he's another guy, I would say, like I said about some guys last week, where last year was a more collection of plays rather than running an offense. Still has great touch power, and he's a phenomenal deep ball thrower still, and still can make wow plays. I just wrote at the end, not sure I gave credit to how bad they were in the situation he was in.
There's one person that doesn't think that necessarily Sean Payton will cure all the ills for the Denver Broncos offense. That's Major Win One. Says to you, Sean Payton is the Doc Rivers of the NFL. He won once, hasn't been back. Russ has 2 Super Bowl appearances and a better playoff record. Sean's job should be in jeopardy more than Russell's, right? He goes, longtime fan, first-time tweeter.
Oh,
that's a
cool.
hot take from Major Win One.
Was that Russell's burner account right there?
Yeah, fire the coach again.
Well, I don't want to say that right there, right? I don't think Sean Payton is the first off, I got respect for Doc Rivers, so I'm not sure
maybe
how to
he
take
is the
that.
Doc Rivers of the NFL, but you like Doc Rivers.
Well, Sean Payton, where I would say it's different, and I don't know enough about the basketball specifics, but Sean Payton is definitely one of the best offensive minds we've seen in the history of football, right? To me, he made a quarterback in Drew Brees who was really good, and he made him look great, right? That to me is where he's special, and I think he really knows how to support the quarterback and take the pressure of all that's there on the quarterback and simplify it and make the game a little easier that way. And again, don't get all into team things and comparing individuals by using team accolades, right? Sean Payton probably would have gone in the Super Bowl more times too if he had the Legion of Boom on defense and all of that too. There's just different scenarios there. I think both are to be respected. And Sean Payton's in no jeopardy of losing his job anytime soon.
Mr. Van Nice says, guys, assuming that Russell Wilson and Ryan Tannehill have cracked the top 20, who is on the hottest seat for the start of the upcoming season? So Ryan Tannehill's got a couple, got a rookie and a second-year guy, and Malik Willis and Will Levis behind them. And you got Russell Wilson, who's got the security of that big contract.
Yeah, but also the pressure of it, too.
Pressure of it. And Jarrett Stidham, who's better than Levis and Malik Willis right now, is behind Russell Wilson. So, yeah. And Sean Payton wants to win now, too.
Definitely. Oh, I said, if Russell Wilson struggles the first 4 or 5 weeks, he's going to get benched and they're going to play Jarrett Stidham. He's not going to get a free pass here, for sure. Man, they're both under a lot of pressure. They really are. The pressure, I think, with Russell Wilson is probably greater.
Higher expectations.
High expectations, the contract, Sean Payton. I think he's very aware of his legacy. He went to this place because he wanted to be at a place where he could be the Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, make offenses around me. I'm going to carry the team. So I would say it's more on him. Tannehill, there's pressure, but I think they're also a team that doesn't make it all about the quarterback, and the people behind him I don't think are as threatening, like you're saying, as Jarrett Stidham is right now. So, yeah, I'm with you, and I think Russell's under more pressure here.
So they better win.
Yo, thanks for watching, homies. It's the off-season, but there's no off-season for us here at Unbuttoned. Me, Ahmed Fareed, we're going to hit all the stories. So hit subscribe for us, okay? We got a ton coming up. My draft prospect rankings, my Simms top 40 quarterback countdown, and videos of me and NFL QBs playing catch and talking about their development and mechanics. Again, thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe. Peace out, homies. See you soon.